Welcome back to my channel, guys. As I told you before, there are videos and you just don't know when they're gonna come out. They'll come out when they come out. But I noticed that YouTube's been kind of better at just, giving people notifications when videos are out. So you'll get a notification, don't worry. So today we're gonna be focusing on concealer, and I'm gonna show you a couple of tricks and techniques that I use that make the concealer wear better, make you get more coverage, and have the most kind of natural concealer wear for the day. So we're going to be using the Flawless Fluide from Mercier in Chai. I'm just going to grab a small amount and we're going to apply it just like I applied it in my last video. So we're going to start from the outside in. I'm not going to do a full tutorial on it because you guys already know what is up with this foundation. So I'm just going to quickly apply it. If you're wondering why I don't use a brush or sponges for this one, it's because it's so watery, like water-based, that I feel like a sponge would just take all the coverage away and a brush would leave brush straight. So I just apply it with my fingers and it's been working really, really well. You gotta keep in mind that the function of foundation is just to even out the skin tone, nothing else. It's not gonna cover pimples, excessive redness or imperfections. Those are the concealer's job to do. Alright, so now that we have the base on, I'm just going to set it with a little bit of powder. So instead of using Napoleon's powder today, I'm going to use Laura Mercier. So this is the Laura Mercier powder. I feel like this is the best powder if you want to build coverage. It's been around for 20 years. It's one of our best-selling products. And instead of applying the way Laura Mercier would apply it, I'm actually using the Kat Von D brush number 20. So this is a new brush from Kat Von D for setting makeup. I just picked it up at Sephora and I wanted to see how well it would work. It has this nice, soft tip to it, so it's not too dense. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of the product, mix it in the lid, tap off the excess, and we're just gonna do a light coat. So go ahead and slap that bitch on. And this is going to help to work as almost like a grip for your concealer. So usually you're told to put the concealer right after the foundation. If you have oily skin or even normal skin, sometimes it doesn't work as well because you're not going to get the coverage that you want. Because you're putting liquid on liquid and it tends to melt into each other. If you put a little bit of powder, it kind of dries the concealer and you get a little bit of that grip that makes the concealer look more opaque. And I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a couple of seconds. Okay, so now we set it. It doesn't have to be 100% set. You're not baking, you're just lightly putting a powder to kind of, dry the foundation a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with the concealers. And I have the Shiseido Skin Perfecting Stick Concealer. I had 3 of these and I just kind of mix the colors to get whatever color I need. I'm probably this one, which is the medium color, but this one's a little warm, so I'm going to mix it a little bit with the light color, just so that way it's closer to my skin tone. So while I'm mixing these, I'm going to tell you what's going on. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to grab a very small amount, and you're just going to load up your brush very lightly, and then you're going to take the excess off a little bit on your hand. And with that small amount of concealer, you're going to conceal redness, but lightly feathering your brush around where you need the coverage. So keep in mind, this type of coverage is for something that's small, like redness and evenness that hasn't been covered by the foundation. And we're just going to press it with our ring fingers to set. We're doing it this way so that way it looks very natural and it becomes almost undetectable, the fact that you have concealer on your face. And while I'm pressing the concealer, I can actually feel the powder, grabbing onto the concealer and setting it as we apply it. So I just did the sides of the nose, now I'm going to do the middle of the nose. Around the sides of the mouth tend to be a little red, so we're just going to cover it lightly. And then my cheek right over here tends to get a little red, so I'm just going to put a little bit. I'm also going to apply a little bit on my jawline. It tends to be like a darker area, so I like to even it out a little bit. Alright, perfect. So now we covered all the unevenness and redness in the skin. I'm gonna go again with a small layer of powder before we go and cover the pimples, you know, any kind of acne scar marks that I have, or anything that's kind of uneven that I wasn't able to cover with just that small amount of concealer. So I'm just gonna grab the powder. This part of the tutorial you can actually use a little bit more powder. Tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna really powder those areas where I really want the coverage to stay. Now I'm grabbing the concealer again, and I'm just gonna mix my colors, and this time we're not gonna desaturate the brush on the side like we were. We're just gonna go straight in with a really, really wet brush, and we're gonna pinpoint conceal those areas. And you can see like the coverage is pretty phenomenal. It covers everything once we have this translucent powder in the right place. Okay, so now that I've concealed every single thing I could conceal, you can see my face is pretty even all over, I'm gonna set the makeup. And instead of setting the makeup with the translucent powder, because it has more of a beige, whitish type of tone, I'm gonna use the Napoleon powder, which is yellow. So this is gonna help me set the makeup and keep all the coverage that I want in place. So if you wanted to, you could use a colored powder that, you know, that has more coverage if you want more coverage, but since I'm opting for a more natural finish, I'm using a translucent powder that's colored yellow. So I just grabbed a little bit of it, as you can see, and I'm just gonna work it into the brush, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna lightly pat it all over the face to set the makeup. And make sure you use a really light motion. You don't want any buffing, and you don't want any like harsh pressing, because that will remove the coverage. Okay, so now that my face is set, I'm ready to go. I guess that's the video. I might be putting some bronzer, blush, and highlighter later, but who knows, maybe there could be another video. I'll see you guys next time with another video. Let me know what you thought of the tutorial today. If you do conceal it a different way, definitely put it down in the comment section down below. I would love to see what you do. If I like it, I might try it. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.